Police officers are threatening to quit en masse after losing their long-running pay dispute with the government. The final arbitration ruling was released today and will see police officers accept a $5,000 pay rise backdated to November, along with a $1,500 lump sum payment. Senior political correspondent Jenna Lynch has the details.
Society's safety net fraying. Many police officers are feeling undervalued, burnt out, fed up, and today got a further kick in the guts. The government won its pay dispute with the force.
Did police push the government hard enough to get the money that you needed to pay cops what they're worth?
I believe the government has given a really fair package for New Zealand Police to work with in offering what we did.
The Police Association had been locked in a standoff with the government. Final arbitration was the last step. Police officers legally cannot strike. The arbitrator chose the government's offer over the unions.
Yeah, look, it's really gutting, to be honest. You know, we've put in a really good case.
It'll see officers get a $5,000 pay rise backdated to November, with an extra 4% backdated to the start of this month. There was also a $1,500 lump sum payment and overtime pay of time and a half.
Do you think it's fair?
Well, I think New Zealand Police is a rewarding place to work. Our job is exciting. We know that as we do more advertising, people are wanting to join, and they join for more than just pay.
Would you join police today on that salary?
Absolutely. My son has just joined in the last few weeks.
One officer told 3 News the government can always find money for stuff they want. Ukraine, nurses, teachers, national supporting police is just hot air. Another said, I'm at a loss for words. I feel completely disheartened and not at all valued. I will be looking for another job outside of the police. While a third told us the morale is already low and it just took another hit. The officer warned it would lead to people quitting en masse.
Resignations en masse. Are you scared that you might see that?
Yeah, surely that's a concern. We don't want people to leave. We believe that the offer is a fair offer in the circumstances that New Zealand finds itself in.
A leaked email from Police Commissioner Andrew Costa to staff suggests one way of easing the pressure would be to allow greater flexibility around the rate of superannuation contributions. He says they're considering letting officers stop paying their mandatory 7.5% contribution.
It's robbing Peter to pay Paul, and to us it's trying to get the member to fund an increase in pay.
It's not robbing Peter to pay Paul, it's really about giving them some flexibility.
Tone deaf.
An end to the protracted arbitration process, but it's not that easy to ease frustration in the force.
All right, let's bring in Jenna now from Parliament. Jenna, what's the Police Minister had to say?
Yeah, we've just received a statement through from the Police Minister. He didn't make himself available for an interview today. In that statement, he uses a lot of the word please, saying police are pleased that arbitration has ended, that he is pleased that police officers have some certainty, and he is very pleased that police officers now have a framework for paid overtime. But all of that pleased rhetoric really does not match what we're hearing from the Frontline, and that's exacerbated by this government in particular heralding this crime crackdown, putting extra expectations and more work on officers, and then offering up a pay rise that many of them find disappointing.
And Jenna, on another story, David Seymour's going to release his new letter of expectation to Pharmac tomorrow, but you've got some of the details tonight. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so this comes after the government pumped that record amount of money into Pharmac. David Seymour is going to outline his expectations for that. Couple of things to watch out for. One, he is going to instruct them that they need to start talking about medicines funding and instructing medicines funding by the benefits across the entire health system and even the entire government system. That's something that Pharmac campaigners have long called for, a more holistic approach to medicines funding. Somewhat more controversially, we also understand that David Seymour is going to instruct Pharmac that they no longer need to embed the Treaty of Waitangi into decision making, and that he says decisions should be based on evidence. He also says that doing so should serve all New Zealanders based on actual need without assigning background as a proxy of need.
Jenna, in some breaking news, we've just heard that a number of immigration staff have been stood down. What's happened?
Yeah, information is still coming to hand on this. What we understand is that Immigration New Zealand have stood down 8 staff for what it called a series of what appear to be inappropriate and unprofessional Teams chats. Now, detail about what was said in those messages is not coming to light as yet. As we understand, there are still legal processes and employment processes underway, but the head of immigration has labelled the allegations serious and concerning and said that they appear to be a breach of MB's code of conduct. The Immigration Minister, Erica Stanford, has just sent us a statement saying, MB advises me it has no place for offensive and discriminatory behaviour, and she is confident they will appropriately address the issue.